Even the heavy snow across Canada was not bold enough to deter Nigerians and other Africans in the Greater Ottawa Territory from celebrating the commemoration of the annual Black History Month. Exotic culture, tradition, and achievements of Canadians of African descent came to the fore as leaders of the multicultural society honored educators, entrepreneurs, military heroes, and cultural icons.
The message we want to give to people in Nigeria and other African countries and the Caribbean countries as well is that you should be proud of what you do. You should be proud of your own achievements.
I think of those voices in Ontario in public service that have come from the African Canadian community. People like Lincoln Alexander, the first Black Canadian minister and member of parliament in our legislature. And although unfortunately we lost him last year, we do have now in Ontario January the 21st dedicated as the Lincoln Alexander Day every single year by an act of the legislature to remember and recognize his contribution. And then you've got somebody like Jean Augustine. Jean was there for the Martin Luther King Day Jr. event right here in Ottawa. Our first woman, Black Canadian woman, to represent as a minister in the government, continues to serve the community, being the Fairness Commissioner for Ontario. And then somebody who's been a good friend of mine and a mentor, the very first Black Canadian Speaker of the Ontario Legislature, Alvin Curling, who just last week was recognized with an Order of Ontario, the highest recognition in our province. These are great voices. These are great stories of men and women who have served us and helped build this great country and our province. I would be remiss to not mention women like Marianne Chambers and Margaret Best as part of the Ontario Legislature and again ministers in the government. But these voices are not just voices of the past, because if you look at just the Ontario Parliament today, you've got now young Black Canadians coming forward and taking on public service. Michael Coteau, I don't know how many of you know Michael Coteau. He's the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration today in Premier Wynn's government. Somebody of Jamaican ancestry, was a school board trustee in Toronto and serving our province so very well. As most recently from Scarborough, we also elected Mitzi Hunter, another young Black Canadian woman. So as I look at all these children, I say to you, please keep working hard and look at all these great Canadian voices in our community right here in our province who continue to serve and build this province, and there's so many more opportunities for every single one of you young people in this room to do the same.
We are going to have a ceremony in July, which will be most probably on Mr. Mandela's birthday in July, to commemorate his contribution to global peace and dignity and respect and the treatment of all citizens of the world with justice and equality.
Carter Godwin Woodson, an African-American historian, started the Black History Month as Negro History Week 88 years ago. It began in February, and Africans in North America still celebrate the month to answer the call of African ancestors to keep alive the African consciousness.
hamba sengi ya peshabo kwela maslope hile mam hile salami wa wetu mama sengi ya hamba sengi ya peshabo kwela maslope sesi yombona mam mslange buya tanana mamuyelele tanana mamuyelele tanana mamuyelele tanana mamuyelele.
From the Library and Archives, Canada, Joy Osiagwu, NTA News.